Hi guys, working on the 55 again, and I got some goodies. This arrived today. As you can tell, it's a radiator. So yeah, new aluminum radiator. I'll open that up in a second. Fans should be here tomorrow. I can really in on the plan on that. And we're gonna be changing the seats. I got these. I got another one outside. I got these out of a Crown Vic that I junked. So yeah, we're gonna use these. I mean, they're just cheapo eBay seats, but they were free. And they'll probably be a little bit more supporting than the, I think they're Thunderbird seats that are in it. So yeah, we'll mount these up pretty soon here, and you also need to get stuff. I'm going to put a carpet in there. We need seat belts, door cards. What else? I got to make the windshield wipers work. So yeah, we got all kinds of interior work to do this time around, and also we're putting the radiator in it. So yeah, I'm gonna bust this open. We'll take a look at it. It's just a cheapo eBay, and we'll get going. All right, first impressions, not too bad. Weld quality isn't terrible. Hopefully, it don't leak. You can definitely tell it's cheap. Nothing's deburred. You could lace yourself right open on that. But as far as quality, I mean, it's not terrible. I didn't know cold case, but it's also about $300 cheaper than a cold case. So looks like it's gonna fit. Everything kind of matches up decent. Yeah, let's throw it in. Alright, so I got the radiator bolted in. That was pretty drama-free. I mean, it's a 50s Ford. I don't know what you want from me. Anyway, bottom radiator hose went right back on. The top one here, it would have been there. As you can see, is a little short. What I noticed is on the Ford radiator, it goes in down, way down here, and it smooshes way down. I wonder why it would get hot, but anyway. This one goes directly into the tank, and I think it is a little taller yet too. So, not a big deal. I've got hoses. I'll find a hose, but just something to be aware of. If you're buying the best Chinesium that eBay has to offer, you might have to make some slight modifications. So yeah, I'll find a hose, and then we'll be on to the next thing. Alright, new hose is on. Let's fill her up and see if we got any leaks. Alright, got the coolant in it, and no leaks so far aside from what I spilled. But nothing's running out of it, so I'm going to fire it up, see if I can purge the air out of it. I got to make a mount for this. I think I'm going to mount it off the sides here, because I don't want to tie it back to the radiator again like I had it before. But yeah. I'll mount that up, and then I got two small fans coming. I want to see if I can sneak them in side by side up on top here. That should help draw a lot more air through there. But yeah, for right now, we'll fire it up and let the air bubble out of it. Alright, she's all topped off. I will eventually mount a puke jug over there somewhere. Run a line to it, but that's a problem for another day. Yeah, so next will be fans. I'll probably tackle them tomorrow once the other ones get here. And yeah, I'll keep you updated as I go. Alright y'all, it's another day. And my fans came in. Well, I got them mounted up on there. Just two little guys, little 7-inchers. Mounted them up top here. And they just, so they fit above the water pump pulley there. But yeah, I just mounted them with zip ties. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but whatever. We're here now. But yeah, I use washers and these little foam pads that they sent with. They sent mounting hardware with it. Or mounting strips. And you're supposed to like put this spring on here and then this clip slide, and they didn't work. They fell off. I didn't like it. So I just did the old zip tie trick. Put a washer in a zip tie, feed it through. Put a washer on, put another zip tie over that, snip them off, good to go. So them are mounted up. Got my ground ran. The ground is right there. Come on, focus. Yeah, ground is right there. And power wires right here. And oh, let me strip this quick. Yeah. Un momento, por favor. Okay, here's my power wire. For being little fans, the things actually move quite a bit of air. So I think what I might actually do, because I got to wire this up to a relay, And then one of these wires, there's a little gray one somewhere. Anyway, one of the wires up to Phytech is a auxiliary control, so you could control like AC and stuff with it. But I'm gonna hook that to these fans, and then I think I am going to set it up on the controller there so that these guys kick on first, the little ones. So when you're like cruising down the highway and the air rushing through is doing most of it, if it needs just a little bit of help, these will kick on at like 200 degrees or something, kick back off at like 175. And then if it sees like 205, I'll have it then kick on the big fan here, and then have that kick back off at like 180. So yeah, that's I think that's the plan. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I need to make mounts for this yet. I'm not gonna zip tie this one on because that nubbin in the middle there actually contacts the radiator. So make some mounts for that, get this wired up, and yeah, let's keep moving forward. So I'm working on wiring up the fans, and got my lovely assistant here helping me on the interior. We pulled the seats out, and so they had patches, seams sealed to the floor, and from underneath it looked really clean. So I pulled the patches up, and there is some holes, but they put down duct tape to fill the hole, and then seam sealer over the duct tape, and just smooshed the panel down. Like, this stuff is like a ½ inch thick in spots. This is not, like, I don't do shit the right way, but this is wrong. So we're gonna finish chipping this all out, and then I'll weld some patches in here. So yeah, I'll update you as we go. Well, worst case scenario, we can always Flintstone our way home, I guess. I got the rock cut out. I might have to get a little creative right here, but for the most part, I'll be able to just patch a square piece right back in. Same thing on that side. Not a big deal. I'll get some sheet metal cut out, and we'll start patching. Alright, there we go. Got this side all tacked in. That's all the more welding I'm going to do on it. I've decided to just do nothing with this area here because there's a cross member right there. And so that's just going to be a vent hole. So yeah, I'm going to silicone around that to seal it up decent. And then be on to the next side. Well, let's go. In case you didn't know, silicone, or like window and wall silicone, it separates over time. I grabbed this bottle, or this tube here of silicone that's been on my shelf for probably the better part of 6 years, and the first little bit there came out pretty runny. So I guess we'll see if this actually hardens up by tomorrow. Yeah, on to the other side. Alright, so I got the floors all done, and I picked up a new back seat. This is out of like a late 90s Lincoln Continental, I think. So yeah, we're going to see if we can make this work. It fits side to side in there pretty good, but I think this hump here might be an issue, so we'll figure it out. So yeah, I'm going to start working on interior now. I got a carpet for in here out of a Crown Vic. Looks like it should work pretty good. And then once the carpet and the back seat's in, then I will build a mount and get the front seats mounted. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so slight change in plans. This base does not fit very good. I could have made it work, but it wouldn't have been good. So we stole the bottom out of Wyatt's Crown Vic right now for mock-up purposes. And this fits perfectly in here. But I want to use the back, so we're going to use a base. I'm just mocking up with his, and then I'm going to find a black one. And I'm going to use the rears of the Continental yet. So had to modify the side pieces here, because on the other one it fit down past it. This one goes up against the back. So I took this, pulled the upholstery back, and then sawzalled it off. And now I'll cut and fold and pinch this up in here, staple it back to it, and that can slide back in over there again. But right now I am going to get the back seats mounted. Alright, so I've got the back sitting where I want them to be, and for temporary, I just self-tapered them so I can kind of get the location right. And then I think I'm going to use riv nuts there, but cross that bridge when we get there. So now I'm going to get the base mounted, and the way this works, it's just got these wire loops down here, and it actually lines up with the floor, or it meets the floor about perfectly. So I think I'm just going to weld a little hook there so that this will, it'll go in kind of like that, and then you'll slide it down into the hook and then push that underneath there. At least that's the plan anyway. So yeah, let's see if we can make it happen. Alright, so I got this mounted in here. It's pretty good and solid. Ain't going nowhere. See if I can pull it out one-handed. But it just kind of, yeah, folds out and hooks forward. Yeah. And it's just got these little hooks under here that I bent up. I don't know if you can see that. There. So that just hooks on those little metal bars in the bottom and pops right in. Now I'm going to get these things fitting good on the side and then permanently mount the back, and that's pretty much it for this until I get the rest of the seat bottom. Alright, so I got the both sides trimmed down, shortened up, stapled back together again. They're just kind of chilling in there right now, just kind of sitting in there. But I gotta figure out how I want to mount them yet. I'm really not sure how I'm gonna go about it. But there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna call that good enough on the back seat for right now. I gotta order riv nuts to replace those self tappers, but other than that, back seat's more or less taken care of. Now I need to build a frame to mount the bucket seats to. So let's get going on that. Well, I started mocking these seats up and sat in it to get the position, and I realized something. I fucking hate these seats. They suck. So yeah, I'm thinking there's gonna be another trip to the junkyard, and I'm gonna get the front seats out of the car that back seat came out of. So yeah, we're gonna nix these for right now, and I'm gonna throw the carpet in here and see how that looks. Alright guys, so I got the carpet laid in here, and while I'm at kind of a standstill waiting to go find some seats, I figured I'd tackle something else. So since we're doing power tour and it's like a 2,000-mile road trip, I don't want to listen to this thing scream the whole time. So my solution to that, I made these things, and they thread onto, I'll just show you the finished thing. They thread onto this threaded rod here, and it's kind of flexible. And I am going to feed this into here, and hopefully these will act as baffles and quiet it down. So let's fire it up once and get a little before shot, and we'll stuff that in there and get an after shot. Contact. Oh, come on now. Alright, I'm going to shove that thing in there and we'll see if it's any quieter. Alright, I got her baffles installed on both sides. Let's see what she sounds like. Yeah, I don't know if it's any quieter, and I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of retainment method, but I don't know, it might be a little bit quieter. I guess I'll find out when I'm going down the road. But yeah, it was pretty quick and easy to do that, and if it gained anything, it's a plus. If not, oh well. So yeah, on to the next thing. Alright guys, so we got matching seats. I got my seat bottom in and found one out in the junkyard, amazingly, the only one there. Cleaned up pretty good. So the back is essentially done. The end things still aren't mounted, but whatever. Back seat's more or less done. These are our front seats. These are out of like a 2017-ish Enclave, maybe? I don't remember. Anyway, newer GM SUV. So I really like these seats. Problem is the mounts are too high. So what I'm doing right now, I'm stripping the electrical shit off of it because I don't need that. What I think I'm going to do, I got the slider off. I think I'm going to make a angle iron frame that this will bolt onto, and then I'm going to cut these down shorter and then weld that angle iron frame to the seat. So, yeah, hopefully I don't fuck this up. Follow along as I figure out what I'm doing here. Alright, let me show you what I got here. So, what I ended up doing was just, I measured up from the original mounting pads so that it would have the same angle. And, just literally sliced everything 2.5 inches lower. And then, the upper portion of the slider rail that would have originally bolted to this, I'm just going to weld solid wherever I can. And yeah, that's going to be good enough. Basically, I just clearance this out here for the slider mechanism. That all works. So yeah, now I'm just going to finish welding her up, and then we'll see how it sits in the car. Alright, got the seat all mounted in. It's just pretty self-explanatory, just bolted through the front, and then this piece here is just kind of like wedged underneath there and then bends down to here, and I'm going to pull this back out and probably weld this to the bottom here. But same thing on the other side, pretty much identical except it's a little shorter, but same thing. Probably going to pull the seat back out, clean all my mess up, weld it on, get everything a coat of paint. But first I gotta do the exact same thing to the other side, and then I'll do it all at once. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. I think this video is starting to get pretty long, so I think I'm going to probably call it there. I guess we didn't really 100% finish anything this time around, but yeah, there is 75% of an interior in the 55. I'll keep plugging away at it, and I'll keep filming and upload another video when I got something to show you guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this. Yeah, thanks for following along.